Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be the 10th video of JS in 30 days series. And in this video we will be learning about the async await and also the try catch method to catch the errors in your code. So let's go to the code. In the last video we learned about how the promises works in case of some API calls, and sometimes when the code takes some amount of time to give us some response, and that is also like with the use of promises only we are able to get the asynchronous behavior of JavaScript. So async await are just a way of using promises with its syntax. So let's see, here we have the async syntax. Async we write in front of the function starting, like here we make this function an async function. An async function always returns a promise whether or not you declare it. So you can see here we have this async function and we are inside it, the function name, and inside it we are returning a hello, but it will also return a promise. This hello is actually a promise because we have used the keyword async with it. And it is also here we can see it is same as returning a promise dot resolve as hello. So both of these are same, and here is how we can use the promise. So every time we want to use the promise, we have the dot then and dot catch method. Dot then is basically when the promise is resolved, and dot catch is when there is some error. So here we have this async function and it is returning hello. That means it's a promise and it is returning hello. Simpler since you expect a normal value. So these are all just some of the examples. Now let's go to the script. I will show you on the browser itself like how we can make use of this async await. Okay, so I have opened this the developer tools, and inside it we can go to this source tab and we can actually create a new, I would say, a file, a snippet. We will create a snippet, and this snippet, its name is async await. It is the one I had created earlier. So here we are at the beginning, console.log starts, and then I'll just increase its font size a bit. Okay, I hope it's like more visible now. So first we are doing this console.log starts, and at the end we are doing console.log ends. And inside this complete JavaScript code, here we are defining one get data. This get data, it's a function, and inside this function we are returning a promise, and inside this promise we are first like resolving it, and it is saying I am resolved, but this is wrapped inside a set timeout, because if we don't wrap it inside a set timeout, it will just immediately like give us response, but we don't want that. We want it to take some of the time, that because it usually happens in the API calls, or when certain tasks takes a lot of time than the others. So this is the main concept of promise that actually takes some time. That's why we are using this set timeout here. And here we have the main thing of this video, that is async function. Here you can see I have this handle promise. Okay, handle is double L. Let's fix it. So here we have this handle promise function, and this function is basically an async function. So we are using this async function here. And what usually happens with async await is that, so if I am running this function here, if you can see handle promise, and I will also I am console.log logging the data here, what I am getting from this get data. And now to show you better, let's add one console.log here as well. So starting the function, and then here we have this. So when we run it, you can see first we are getting this start, then we are getting this starting the function. So the script runs this way. First this console.log, we get it, then it goes below, and then this function gets called, and when this function is called, starting the function, this we get this console.log, and we get the ends. Okay, so we are not getting this console.log, but rather we get the ends directly after this code, after this line is run. And if we go down on the console, you can see we are getting this IM resolve, but it is after the ends. So this, what this tells us is that when we use this await function, whatever below this function, whatever code is there below this await, it will eventually be suspended for a while until we get the response from this get data from this promise. And once we get the response, then immediately the code after it will be executed. Let's add one more console log here. We can here add the ending the function, and I'll just clear this console here. And again, if I run it, okay, we get the starting the function, ends, and we need to wait for 5 seconds. And yes, after 5 seconds we are getting this IAM resolved and also the ending the function. So this is mainly how the function, the script is working. And async await, it is just a syntactical sugar. That means it is just making the syntax of using promises easier for us, because in promises, if we have a, if we check the normal promise syntax, so we make this a new promise, and then we have to multiple use a dot then and dot catch. So instead of using that dot then again and again, because sometimes first we get the only the response, and then we also need to convert that response to JSON. Here I'm not able to see an example. Let's see some more examples here. So it's a promise that is created. Yeah, we can see that first we get use this promise, and then dot then if it's fulfilled. And like there are many chances multiple times, like here you can see dot then we are using it multiple times, like dot then, because the next logic we want to implement once we get this one done. So instead of using this chaining, and there is also a concept called as callback hell, which we will discuss it a bit later. But to prevent this thing, we actually use the async and await. And in order to also get to know if they're like in some situation there might be some error, so we also use one thing, that is try and catch. So if inside of this function where we want to use this async await, there comes a situation, for suppose the promise is rejected, or the code is has some syntax error, so we use in that those situation we use this try and catch. This catch gets the error, and then we can show the error here, console.log, and this error. And in this case, the whole of our code will be actually be inside this try block. So we can use this try catch to catch the errors, because in case of the promises when we were using dot then, we also had the dot catch. So instead of using dot then dot catch, in async await we make this kind of syntax. And you need to also keep in mind that this await keyword you can only and only use when the function is async. If the function is not async, it will give you a syntax error and it will not work. You need to make the function async in case you have you want to use the await keyword. Okay, so this is pretty much for this video. Here we just check how the async await works and how we can get this data right, how we work with promises. So like this is it for this video. In the next video, we will be checking how we can implement it, and the upcoming videos we will be using this a lot, the try and catch and also the async await. We will actually be using an API in our to-do list, and we will check how we can actually make use of this syntax and how it makes the coding super easier for us. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos, and thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you.